Hey everybody, so I want to do a quick video that's not scripted, so it's probably going to be shit, but I wanted to talk to you about editing, or rather, more specifically, being an author receiving critiques from editors, because it's one of those things that I think you aren't really prepared for until they start coming in. And I did a little short recently that was basically poking fun at when my editor pointed out that I was really focusing in on one specific body part to convey emotion. Just so happened to be lips. It made me feel weird and creepy, and I tried to fix it as much as I could. But it was one of those moments that I think is important to talk about because there's a whole reason why we need editors as authors. Why, if you're going to publish a book, I think it's very, very important to set aside the money you need, because editing is expensive, to get an editor to look over your book. It's so important because editors are going to be looking at your book in a way that you simply cannot. No matter if you spend 100 hours going over your book, reviewing it. And there's a simple reason why. Your editor is coming at the book without what you want the story to be. They don't know what your characters are supposed to be thinking or feeling. They don't know what's going on in the world. They don't know all of that backstory you put in Campfire or your journal or wherever you're keeping your whole background and Bible of all the different gods and lands and wars and everything that's been going on that's not actually going into the book, all that background shit. They are going to be reading the book as like the most absolutely critical reader ever. And it's a very important thing for them to do. And they're going to be doing it with expertise. They're going to be doing it looking for specific things. And there's a couple different types of editing. There's like copyright editing, there's line editing. What I'm talking about just in general here is general editing. And those are things I've actually gone into in more detail in another video that I'll link in the description if you want to kind of know the difference. But generally, this is just talking about getting editors to look at your book and why it's so important. You have to be able to step back. But when you step back, you're going to be confronted with some things that are a little uncomfortable. Some of your writing that's bad. You may be getting pages and pages, all with a lot of red text and a lot of comments saying, well, hey, I would change this, or this doesn't work here, or you need this capitalization, or you're using too many commas or too many M dashes, whatever it is. It's still a very important thing, and you have to be willing and open to accepting that criticism and critique. Now, that doesn't mean you accept everything the editor sends you, and your relationship with your editor is going to vary. I'm very lucky that I have an awesome relationship with my editor. I picked her out of about 100 different editors that were all like trying to vie for my project, and I couldn't have picked a better editor because we just work together. It just flows, and I trust her edits a lot. It makes that review process when I get her edits back extremely easy, because I'm like, oh yeah, she's right and I'm wrong on this. But it takes that moment of self-reflection, hi basket, hello, that essentially someone may know better than you when it comes to some of your writing, and you have to be willing to accept it. So basically, this whole video is essentially just saying you need an editor, and trust what the editor is saying. Pick your editor carefully, but trust what they're saying, because they're not doing something to hurt you. They're not doing anything to make you feel bad about your writing. They're trying to make your finished product better. And once you accept those edits, once you get to that point, I promise you one very, very special thing will happen. You will feel infinitely more confident about the released product, the final thing that you put out into the world, because someone else or several someone else have already looked at your book. They have taken things, they have combed through it, they have looked at every period, every comma, and every extra additional time that you said that someone was pursing their fucking lips and tried to tell you, no, you've done that like 7 times in this paragraph, maybe don't do that. And they have given their stamp of approval that this is good enough now to go out. Editing is important for so many reasons. It'll make you a better writer, it'll help you with accepting criticism on your writing, and it will make that final product actually feel polished and important. It is so much more important to have a human editor and not just like a pro writing aid or a Grammarly. Although what I would recommend for the sake of your editor, do that shit first. Go through your entire book with that pro writing aid or Grammarly, fix the shit. Sometimes you're probably going to be fixing things that aren't right to be fixed, but it's still like generally you're going to fix it. And then also read it aloud to yourself with a TTS reader or something like that, and go through that editing process before getting it to your editor. The more fine-tuned, the better the more crisp your writing is before you get it to the editor, the more likely they're able to find the more fine points, the bigger, like the smaller issues, and pick those out, the things that you may not see, as well as the bigger things like plot holes and stuff like that. And we really just kind of need like an editor appreciation day if there isn't one already.